Hey guys, so working on our next piece of this quadratics unit, we're talking about factoring now. We just spent time adding, subtracting, multiplying. Now we're going to spend time breaking it apart, factoring things out. We're going to start by just taking out what's called greatest common factors, taking out GCFs. Now to do that, we're going to look at each piece of our polynomials, find what they have in common, take that out, leave the rest inside parentheses. So if I'm looking at this example here, I have 4x plus 2. Let me write that down, 4x plus 2. I want to break this down into its prime pieces. The nice thing is 2 is already prime, so 2 is already broken down. But the 4x we could break down a little more, because 4 I could rewrite as 2 times 2, and then don't forget that x. So now we have these pieces broken down. It's easier to tell what they have in common. They both share a 2. So we're going to take that shared piece out, draw parentheses, and put the rest of it inside those parentheses. On the left side, I have 2 and x, okay, so I keep that inside. On the right side, I don't have anything. So when you are taking out GCFs, when you're factoring stuff out and you're not left with anything, you use that invisible 1 placeholder. It was plus in the middle, so we're going to keep it plus in the middle. We have this factored out. So we have 2 parentheses, 2x plus 1 parentheses. Let's try one more. Take a look at this one. We have 30 minus 12x. 30 minus 12x. Again, let's break this thing down. So I like starting with the smaller one. Let's start with that 12. 12, I have 6 times 2, 4 times 3. You could do it either way. Then don't forget your x. Okay, 6 we could break down some more. I'm going to go 3 times 2 times 2 times x. Oops. 6 times 2, break down a little more. 3 times 2 times 2, and then that x from the beginning. Okay, now let's break down 30. 30, you can do 5 times 6, 3 times 10, 15 times 2. I like the 3 times 10. 3's prime, we're going to keep it. 10, however, is 2 times 5. We can break that down a little more. No variables, so we don't have to worry about the variables with that one. Oops, sorry. Do you guys see our breakdown? Now, looking at this breakdown, do you see things that are in common? This time, there's 2 things in common. You have a 3 and a 2. 3 and a 2 in common. What this means is we're going to take both the 3 and the 2 outside the parentheses. Leave everything else on the inside. So that 5 stays on the inside, that minus stays, and then a 2 and an x stays on the inside. On our outside, we have 3 times 2. Let's multiply that together to get our final answer here. 3 times 2 becomes 6. So my final answer is 6 times 5 minus 2x. Close parentheses, call it a day. Greatest common factor, just breaking it down, finding what's in common, taking it out. Let me show you the next level, level 2. It could get a little trickier, but really it's like the same stuff, 54 minus 24x, 54 minus 24x. I like breaking down the smaller one first, so let's break down that 24. Let's go 4 times 6 times x. 4 becomes 2 times 2. 6 becomes 3 times 2. X stays as x. Okay, 24 is broken down. 2 times 2 times 3 times 2 with an x. So we have 3 2's, 1 3, and 1x. Now the 54. Ooh, this is a big one. But it's even. Whenever you have even numbers, guys, it's easiest to break it down just by dividing it by 2. How many times is 2 going to 54, though? 27 times? 27 we could break down because 3 goes into it. So I have 3 times 9. Ooh, 9 we could break down a little more. I have 2 times 3 times 3 times 3. Now let's find what's in common. It looks like I have 1, 2, and 1, 3 in common. A 2 and a 3, a 2 and a 3. So just like the example we did last time, we're going to have a 2 and a 3 on the outside, which means we can multiply that together. We get the 6. On the inside, we have whatever's left over. I have 3 times 3, which makes 9. I have 2 times 2 times x, which makes 4x. And then I have that minus sign in between. Oh, sorry. There you go. 6 parentheses 9 minus 4x. Guys, we're going to be working on this. Let me know if you have any questions. We'll just take it from there.